Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video, and good morning. I am playing Stardew Valley. This just came free on PS Plus, and I've been wanting to play Stardew Valley for a long time. So I just thought, well, yeah, when it's just sitting there for free, that's great. And this is the beginning of my day. I am very early into the campaign. I think this is like the 4th day or something. But I just discovered something about this game that I'm doing this video about, and that is, to me, Stardew Valley is a bit like No Man's Sky. And I mean that for like new players such as myself playing Stardew Valley. I feel now what a lot of people in No Man's Sky complain about, and that is, what do I do? There's too much to do. Yeah, let's go on outside. Here you can see, like, my farm has barely started. I've cleared up a bit of room here, and I think this is going to have a game. This is a game that's going to have a lot of possibility for me. But wow, I now know what people complain about when they play No Man's Sky. When they don't know what the heck they're doing, and a game like No Man's Sky just drops you in and says, okay, you've got the basics, off you go. And it's an enormous, giant galaxy of opportunity. That's sort of what Stardew Valley is, believe it or not. Like, okay, case in point, I've already done the first thing where you grow some parsnips over here, and that was fine. I was noticing, now, I was getting my cursor, yeah, if I get my cursor out, you see, let's just walk over here. You see way down in the corner here, you got like an energy level. I was noticing as I was, planting my crops and stuff, this energy level was dropping, and I thought, oh, okay, at the end of the day, and the day is actually, let's go down here, the day is indicated up here, it's 8:30 a.m., 8:40 a.m., and the arrow will go up into the night. I thought, right, my energy is going to drop as the day goes by, I got to be careful of that. But then I ran into situations where it's like I had plenty of energy at midnight, or I ran out of energy at like noon. I was just like, okay, what happens if I reach zero energy? And I got panicky. I thought, okay, I better conserve my energy because I don't get that. I'm going to explain why in a second. Also, I planted my crops over here, and then you actually water them with this watering can that you can, yeah, there you go. I mean, there's no crops there to water currently, but that's how you do it. And I noticed after the first like half dozen crops or so, my watering can, and in fact, let's just do it here, it has a finite amount of water in it. And if you can see down, down in the bottom of the screen, there's like a bunch of selections going on. Yeah, my watering can is currently selected. You can see it only has so much water in it. And I had used up about half of the tank just doing this watering of the plants thing, these crops that were required for the initial tutorial story. And I thought, right, how do I get more water? There's no pump around. What do I do? Because eventually this watering can's going to be empty. Oh, wait a minute, there's water down here, no problem. What do I do? How do I dip it in there? Now, I have looked this up as a tutorial since, or like a YouTube video walkthrough tips for early gameplay. Somebody explained you can fill it in the water by just hitting the hitting the action button. There, you see it went back up. But that didn't seem to do it when I first did it. And I don't know if it was the first time I was facing this lily, or maybe I was facing this direction when I hit the button and I didn't fill it. It didn't look like it filled the watering can. So I was just like, right, you can't refill it at water. There must be a pump somewhere nearby. Let's go and find that. And I wandered for ages. I don't want to say hours, but certainly ages. I walked around trying to find a place to refill my watering can. I couldn't. The game doesn't tell you any of that stuff. And the game doesn't tell you a lot of things, just like No Man's Sky. And I do get a lot of people on Reddit, on various comments, people saying that they like the look of No Man's Sky, especially now with the new update, but they're very intimidated at how huge that game is, and there's no hand-holding, or very little. And I always thought, yeah, but it's just a relaxed game. You can't really go wrong. You can't really lose in No Man's Sky. Just, mess around, find out what you want to do and do it. And that sounds great from the point of view of somebody who's played the game for a while. Now I know playing Stardew Valley, that's intimidating as heck. Because in this game, yeah, go and do whatever you want, sure. But I don't have, like, there's these little hiccups I was running into. Another one, you would eventually pick up these like, oops, no. You would eventually pick up items that, you know, are like this, okay, not the rock. What's something I could, okay, but here's a parsnip that I found. And I thought, right, as you can see, again, down at the bottom of the screen where I'm going through all these different items in my inventory, I'm maxed out. I can't pick up anything new. So I better clear some stuff and put it in my inventory somewhere. Well, there's a box over here. That must be for it. I'll put it in there. Cool. Now I've opened up a spot in my inventory. Great. Oh, wait a minute. What if I want to go back and get that thing back? Well, there it is. There is what is in the box. These are the items you can put in the box. These are your tools, so you can't do that. These down here you can't access. I am not yet at the point where I can access this. This will be later when I can carry inventory. But regardless, this is what I just put into the box, right? So, okay, cool, that works, and I walk away. And I thought there was an item I put in there that I needed later, and I thought, okay, well, I'll go back and I'll go and get it. It was not that I thought it was related at the time, but it was the next day. So I went back here, and it was gone. The box was empty. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I put an item in there. No, what happens, from what I've heard, you put an item in there and it's considered, oh, Mr. Delivery Truck, come and pick up these items that I have grown on my farm and go and sell them at market and give me the money the following day. So anything you put in that box will be gone. Nothing tells you that. Nothing warns you about that. So if you put something valuable in there, it's gone the next day, and nobody told you. This box has no label. It has no indication of what it does. There's a lot of stuff in the game that's like that. And let's just, okay, so let's replicate my footsteps. Let's go and find the way to fill up my watering can. You're about to discover this world is huge. Like, it just goes on and on. This is, again, where the No Man's Sky connection comes in. There's a whole town down here with shops and people you can meet and places you can go and trash cans you can kick and plants and items. Like, you know, this is fine. This is not a big deal, but like, it does go on for quite a ways. And you think to yourself, okay, well, let's talk to a person. Hello. Hi, Kev. Yeah, that's Emily. She knows me. I can go into her house and I can wander around inside her house. I'm not going to take anything, but I could go and do anything I want inside the house. And all of the houses are like that. And it's not just the houses. There's other buildings. Look, there's a sewer opening down there. You can guarantee that's going to lead to something. There's a cemetery up here. That's got some storyline connected to it, I'm sure. There's, I think that's the mayor's house, maybe? Where is... Oh, man. See, I'm already lost. There's a big building somewhere. Okay, yeah, here's one. Here's like the JoJo Mart, which is like a supermarket. This gives you an idea. Some of these places are enormous. Now, this is just a supermarket, but I've been in some buildings where there are plenty of rooms, like just enormous spaces. And I was just like, you mean you could walk into any building and it could be enormous? God knows, I know there's also mining that's possible. What the heck? You know, I don't think I've actually been up here. Let's see if I can, let me cut this down. Oh, there's the thing. You can cut down stuff with your axe and get the stuff, but that uses energy. You run out of energy if you do it too much, so use the scythe instead. Same thing, cuts more stuff, doesn't use any energy. Nobody told me that. There was nothing in the tutorial. Here I was using the axe for everything because I figured that makes sense. I didn't know what the scythe was. I was thinking it was like a pickaxe like this thing. But yeah, after watching a few walkthrough tutorials, people were like, no, use the scythe. That uses up 0 energy. Well, I didn't know that. Nothing told me that. What's up here? Is that a playpen? I don't know. Anyway. I was really surprised. Yeah, see, my inventory is full because I've only got so many spaces. I do want to get that thing that unlocks those 24 slots, but that's a lot of money, like 2,000 gold, and I've got 1278. Hello. Caroline's gonna relax. Cool, you do that. Now up here, I want to find, there was a building that really surprised me. Is it this one? Power Tower? No, okay, this is the community center that I have as like a quest to refurbish. Like, look at that. There's a whole quest in and of itself, a whole task I got to do. It's enormous. Ooh, there's even a billboard up here. I didn't know that. Whoa, how big is this? How big is this place? There's a broken safe? You know, there's a lot of stuff to do in here, but there's one building I'm specifically wanting to look for because it again shocked me at the size and complexity. Where is that building? See, again, I'm already getting lost here, and that is something I'm sure that happens to No Man's Sky people. Is it this one? Nope. I'm sure a lot of people are like, I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. Please, somebody help me. I'm now discovering exactly what they're talking about. It can be, oh right, that guy, I did meet him before. It can be very intimidating, this game, and I'm sure that's the same for No Man's Sky players. And just like, what is going on? Where am I? What do I do next? And it's easy for a player who's been doing it for a long time to go, oh, you can do all kinds of stuff. Don't worry about it. No, it's worrisome. Look at this. There's like a ruined building over here. What the heck? I mean, there's nothing to do in here. I think whatever this was is now in ruins. I think later I unlock that. But you'll also notice it's getting dark. If I get my cursor out again and point up here, it's 9 o'clock and we're getting close to nighttime. And I've heard, again, nobody told me this. I only found this out through doing walkthroughs and watching videos. If you're still up at 2 in the morning, you're going to collapse on the ground of exhaustion. So get back to bed before 2 a.m. Okay. Oh yeah, where's my home? I've been wandering around here for so long, I've forgotten where I was. I didn't know how to get back home to where my bed is. And yes, you can go into the houses of strangers, or villagers, but you can only go to their bedroom if you're a friend with them. Wink, wink. So I'm not at that stage yet. What am I going to do to make a friend? How do I... What the heck? Also, I was getting panicky. I'm falling into nighttime, and I'm going to fall asleep. And I don't want to experience what it's like to go suddenly be unconscious. What do? I got to find my way back home. Again, I only found this out through a few tutorials and walkthroughs. I hit options, and sure, I've got all my stuff up here, but there's also these other tiny little icons for options, collections, exit the game. Oh, that's good. Well, that's sort of handy. What do we got here? My skills, inventory, who I'm friends with. Cool. Guess what else is up here that nobody told me? The map. And if you hit that, you actually get to see where the heck you are, and you can hover your mouse and see, oh, okay, there's the carpenter's shop, there's the community center. Where's the thing I was looking for? I was trying to show you the sorry, not the blacksmith, he's down there. There's a library somewhere. There it is. I was going to show you that, but you know what? We're getting too late. That library is an enormous building with nooks and crannies and little spare rooms and all that kind of stuff. That was where I was trying to get you, but I didn't know where that was. And if I hadn't pulled up the map, I wouldn't have known. Okay, so where's my home then? Because I want to get back before it's 2 a.m. I think we came into town from this area here. A bus stop, Marnie's Ranch. That's my farm. That's, you know what? I am right beside my farm. So if I just go here, wander through all this junk, not go back up there, but in fact, if I can make my way. That's my farm right there. I had actually come full circle. Can you believe it? So yeah, this is my farm and it's getting really late. And little side note, if my cousin William happens to be watching, yes, I did name my farm Thornset after the farm. So little nod there to my cousin. So I better get back indoors because it's getting real late. And it's kind of dark in here. Let's turn on the fire and there we go. I can have a seat. I also wondered, like, okay, I haven't eaten anything. Am I going to die? I haven't, like, my energy level, you'll notice, hasn't changed. How come some days my energy level was really reducing quickly and other days, like now, I've barely used it. That's because you only use energy on actions. You can go days and not lose any energy, so you don't really need to eat. But if you do eat, oh, see, it's getting late. If you do eat something, it will put your energy back up. So that's how you restore your energy, but you don't need to eat anything. Here was me thinking, okay, I need to cook something, all these recipes for food. No, you don't need to. Again, nobody told me that. So it's a daunting task. It's a daunting universe, much like I'm sure No Man's Sky players experience as well. And I'm humbled by the fact that anytime I see somebody going, I don't know what to do in No Man's Sky, I can sympathize because, yeah, I don't know what to do in Stardew Valley. It's the same thing. Giant universe, a million opportunities. Go out and explore. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to get my guy go to bed here before he falls asleep. So, yes, I will go to sleep. Stardew Valley is free on PS Plus right now. If you're interested, go check it out. It is a really good game. I've been wanting it for a while, and now I've got it, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So, good night, everybody. Until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.